Hey guys, I'm Macy.
And I'm Ashlyn.
And we are seniors here at FGCU, ready to help you. So, a little bit of backstory for me personally. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go to college, and I came down to FGCU, I visited, and honestly, I was like, they have the beach.
They have
the beach, and I didn't get in anywhere else. So,
here we are.
Yeah, so we came here, and at first I was like unsure about it and everything because I didn't know what Fort Myers was. I'm from Orlando. Where are you from?
I'm from Plant City.
Okay, so we're both like not from Southwest Florida, and I think initially it was scary for me to come down here because, like, what do? You don't have a schedule. You don't know where to go. Like,
Yeah.
what's fun, you know? And so I think at first it was just, like, kind of a guessing game. And luckily I became friends with someone who lived down here, so she, like, knew the area and what's around the places, you know? But there's still so much more that we're kind of here to talk about. And to give a little insight for y'all about FGCU and the Fort Myers area and how to be involved and find community. So,
let's get into it.
Yeah.
So, I transferred down here with my associate's degree. So, I did community college after high school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. So, I took a little while and then I toured down here. I had like 3 on my list. And I toured this one first, and I was like, oh, I love it down here. I have to come. So I didn't tour any other after that. So I transferred down here in the middle of the school year. So it was January 2023. And it was like a culture shock because I didn't have like the freshman experience, I guess you could say. So I came down here. I got placed in like upper student housing. So I wasn't in freshman housing. I didn't get all of those events that you would normally get.
She was in North Lake.
Yes.
So the freshman housing is South Village, Sovie. And then North Lake is still on campus.
Yes.
But it's considered like upper housing.
And there's
like
West
sophomore.
Lake too. But
Westlake,
I was in North Lake. So I had 3 other roommates and they were very welcoming and very helpful for me. That's not the case for everybody, but I was very lucky. So I came down here in January. I moved in on a Saturday, and then Monday's classes started. So I was like, oh my gosh, But
it gets you good.
Yeah, it was culture shock, honestly, because I had always lived at home. I didn't know what to expect. I remember the first week was so rough. I was like, why did I do this? I should have just stayed home. This is so I don't know. It was just very different. But it gets better once you're in class, being able to meet people. But I know that Macy had a little bit of a different experience because she came as a freshman. And she went to all the events that they have. So I'm going to let her talk about a few of those.
Yes. So my biggest piece of advice would be to go to every single event that they have to offer. There's a week of welcoming events that they have. And some of them, it's scary. But honestly, I think just walking around Sovie, I met so many people just saying hi. Say hi. And don't be scared to go up to someone if you have a question. Everyone's here to help you. That's the major thing. Every single person's here to help you, and most of them are kind. We have the bad apples that we'll tell you about, but that's for a later epi. But yeah, so I lived in South Village. I lived in Eagle Hall, best hall. Anyways, go Eagles. But I lived in Eagle Hall, so it was the one where we had the 3 bedrooms, and I had a really good experience with my roommates my freshman year. So that's a super blessing because I know that there's stories out there that are not good.
Yeah.
But I feel we both have had great experiences with roommates, so that's a true blessing. But how I found my roommate was through the Instagram thing. I know there's different Instagrams that go up and it's FGCU 2025, 2024, 2027, And so whatever your year is, just send in a post, and then that's how I found mine.
Did you just DM them?
Yeah, I
watched it.
think one of them DM'd me, and then I was like, yes. But yeah, I would say that's like the best way because you kind of like, I don't know, you can like see the person. They
Yeah.
have like a little thing about who they are.
And then you can talk to them beforehand too.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Because I didn't know them. I never met them in person, but we like chatted online. So, yeah, that's how I met my freshman roommates. And then my first day, or I think it was my second day of college, I was walking around in the bookstore, and that's how I met like my two best friends that I'm still friends with today. And I lived with one of them for 2 years. But we met the second day of college and like have been inseparable since. And I just think like the people that you think you're gonna meet and like be friends with, it's like unexpected who you meet here, and I feel like there's a bunch of opportunities for you to meet them. But I would say biggest piece of advice: don't stay in your room, just walk around. Going to get lunch at the Soviet dining hall, like that's how I met so many people too. But yeah, it's scary, it's something new, and I think that it's just something that you need to dive into.
Yeah. Well, like, also, everyone's in the same boat at that time.
Yeah.
So, like, most people don't know a lot of people here. If they do, like, they're still willing to, like, meet more people because it's all very new. You're all there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very true. But now, let's talk about our majors.
Okay.
So, I started off as a business management, I think, or marketing. I don't know.
One of the two.
One of the two. I was business. I was like, oh, for sure, gonna be a business girl. Still am.
Yeah.
But different font. So I took the business classes, took the gen eds, did my due diligence in my time. I liked it, to be honest, but I also like didn't at all because it was like the stuff behind the business, and I personally don't want to be involved in that. I want to be in like the forward facing and like have communication with people. And so I was like, how am I supposed to learn how to talk to people if I can't do that in my classes? Lo and behold, the entrepreneurship building, Lucas Hall, I like saw, well, I mean, it's obviously on campus, like it's across the Duncan, but I never like knew what it was. I just saw people walking across the street and I was like, oh, that stinks. Like they have to walk across the street to get to their building. And because all of the classes for business are in Lugger. But anyways, my friend that I also met in Sovi, actually, we were sitting on the lounge chairs on the 5th floor randomly one night baking cookies in the kitchen. And that's how we met him. And then we were just friends with him ever since. But that's how weird college is. If you think you're not going to meet anyone, don't you worry, you will meet them. And if you think you're not going to see someone again, don't you worry, you'll have a class with them.
Maybe not right now, but sometime you will.
Yeah, you will see them. But anyways, so he was in the entrepreneurship major, and he was basically kind of just telling me like what they did, and I was like, wait, that sounds like fun. So then I had like a semi-mental breakdown, switched my major, and was like, get me out. So I switched, and my first classes with the entrepreneurship major were over summer. So I got kind of like a different vibe because it was like
Than,
summer
like, the
class.
normal, yeah.
Which honestly I loved it because they were smaller. And so every single day we like got up to pitch and like talk in front of the class. So I feel like it helped because I was in a smaller class. But
To, like, get comfortable with, like, talking in front of people.
yeah, but I will say, don't be scared to change your major, because you
Honestly,
can always switch it.
And everyone does. Like, when I started here, I was finance. So I did a semester.
Finance girl.
And I did a semester of that. So I was in Lugger. But, like, I don't know. I just, like, didn't really like how the classes were ran for what I was trying to get out of it. It was very, like, lecture. And, like, if that's what you're going for, go for it. You know what I mean? But that's just, like, not what I was trying to get out of it. So
We just like to
be
talk.
out there. We like to talk. We like to get out there. So
We like to get out there.
Yeah. So I actually changed my major to entrepreneurship as well. And then it was fall of 23 that I was starting as entrepreneurship. And, like, I went in on the first day. I had all my classes, you know. And I just liked how, like, welcoming and, like, everyone was, like, willing to talk to you. Like, they, like, asked you questions about yourself. Like, everyone was talking when I went to the class. So I was like, oh, this is so new from, like, the business school, at least.
Yeah.
Like, you did talk with, like...
Yeah, like, you made friends in your
projects.
classes. Yeah.
Like, it's not like you just go and then everyone's like...
Yeah, no. Like, you talk, but it's just, like, a different vibe. I don't know.
It is. It really is. And so, like, I started the entrepreneurship building on that day.
On that day.
Anyway, but, like, my first day of entrepreneurship classes, I meet Macy in class. She was my second class of the day. She came and sat next to me. And look where we are now.
Yeah, now we live together.
Yeah. And who would have ever thought? Like, now we're roommates.
Yeah.
Like, just by talking to people. Like, obviously... I, like, missed out on the whole, like, freshman SOVI year of, like, getting to meet people. So, like, my first semester here, I did not know very many people. I was just, like, I'd go to class, go home. Like, I hung out with my roommates a little bit. Like, we did stuff together. But, like, other than that, like, I wasn't very involved. I didn't really have community down here. So, like, starting, like, that semester is when it kind of changed for me. And I just put myself out there more. Like, I was going into it, I was, like, the last semester, I was like, I didn't meet anyone.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe I need to start.
She put herself out there.
I did.
Yeah, she said, you want to go get Dunkin'? I said, yes, girl.
And so I just started talking to people. Honestly, that made the biggest difference, like, within my classes. Because then, these are the people you're going to have in your class for the whole semester.
Yeah.
So, like, getting to know them and, like, starting conversation. Most of the time, if you start the conversation, they're going to talk back.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I learned. I've grown a lot since freshman year. But now, like, recently, I try to, like, talk to everyone that you see. Like, I give them a cheese. Because honestly, I don't know. And most of the time, you know, rejection, you gotta get used to it. Because I'll say cheese, and they'll say...
Well, like, people...
And that's okay.
Yeah. People aren't used to, like, conversing as they used to. I think COVID probably had something to do with that and just, like, social media in general.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So people aren't going to, most of the time, they're not very outgoing. They're not going to be very friendly at first. Yeah. But you just have to be, like, that first, like, welcoming smile. Like, hello, like, how are you today? Exactly. And then it goes from there.
Because you will find people that do give you a little chit-chat.
Yeah.
Here and there. But also, like, I don't know. It's just, it's good to be one with the community.
And networking.
Networking.
We love networking.
Yeah, we're big networking girls, actually. Have 2 meetings next week with the networking. But I would say freshman year, full of new things.
Yeah,
to
and
go
you
through
changed,
changes.
Like, you changed so much. Within,
like, I'm a different person. Like, I don't know her. Yeah. And I feel like it's good. And I think right now with this podcast is we want to see what you guys want to hear and what you kind of want to know about the different changes and, like, how we've both grown.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, like, I just changed so much as a human being. And
I feel like everyone, though, like, you come in here, you're, like, fresh out of high school, or, like, you're fresh out of living with your parents. Like, it's just such a big, like, culture shock at first. And so, like, I don't know, like, you definitely just change a lot.
Yeah. And like, I found community right when I first came here. And I knew of Summit Church, and I knew of Ignite and things of, like, that sorts. We're both Christian, by the way.
Yes. And Ignite is, like, so Summit is the church that's, like, right next to campus, and they have a college night for all of the college students. And so it's just, like, you come in, and they, like, give a little lesson that relates more to, like, our age.
Yeah.
So, yeah. My first week here, I got plugged into Ignite, and
they kind of, like, are around. They're kind of like,
they make it known. Yeah, they're very welcoming,
and they're right next to campus. So
yeah, it's very convenient.
Yeah, you just gotta, you know, but
it's so cool to see too. Like, you don't realize, like, there's so many people that are, like, in our classes, and we, like, see them at Ignite, and we're like, oh,
we're like, hey,
yeah, like, you walk in, like, you don't realize. because it's not really like broadcasted, I guess, that there is like a bunch of like students in college that are also like
like-minded.
Yeah. Getting poured into, you know
I
what
know,
mean?
yeah.
Especially like with college, like everything that you can be around, like it was just nice to have that and like see everybody else in community as well.
Yeah, and definitely had a lot of experiences and have made a lot of mistakes.
We can touch on that later.
Yeah, we can touch on that. And if there's any topics or anything, leave a comment down below.
If anything you'd like,
anything
touch
specific. But I would say the other portion that we're gonna cover is I want to talk about the ins and outs of FGCU and what they have to offer, honestly, like the different advisors, the different professors. I'm going to tell you which ones are bad, which ones are good. And yeah, so I don't know. We just are going to talk about...
We can talk about more
everything.
stuff like how to get involved in the community.
Yeah, that's true. Also, like, what's down here in Fort Myers? Fort Myers is cool.
Well, this area especially, it's like a lot of older people.
Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah, so it's like this like little area is like college town, like there's a lot of young people, but like outside of that it's a lot of older people, so a lot of times like I know a lot of people are like, well, what is even here to do down here, you know?
There's
what I mean?
so much.
Well, you just have to dig.
Yeah, literally.
Have to talk around, listen around, what people like to do.
Become friends with people.
Yeah.
Because...
And there's the beach. Like,
yeah, exactly. There's like a lot of things to do here. More than I think a college town. Because now, like a regular college town. Because also, the thing is with FGCU is like, it's nice.
Yeah.
Like, everywhere you go, it's nice.
It's a smaller school, which I like.
Yes.
Because it's like all easy. It's all right there. So you're not having to like walk miles.
Yeah.
Or like...
And you like see the people that you like get to know so much, and I just love that.
Because a lot of people live on campus. If they don't, they live really close to campus. So you see them around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the stores.
It's like
and
a
everything.
nice little tight-knit community.
Yeah, it's like a little town. Like, I just love it. But it's just like a super nice area. It's not dirty, it's not gross.
It's not scary.
It's not like Gainesville or FSU. JK.
Like Go Gators.
Yeah, like so, but yeah, there's like a whole bunch of stuff to do. And on the other episodes, we're going to touch on the different beaches in the area. How I don't really like Bonita Beach after the hurricane. Sue me. But
I hear it used to be beautiful. So I came after Hurricane Ian.
Yeah.
So everything was kind of different. Macy has like the before of the hurricane, but I came down after, so everything was very different after I started attending.
I still like Bonita for a little sunset dip.
Yeah.
But to go to the beach, no. Not at all. Not anymore. It's just... Anyways, we'll touch on that later. And give you guys more of an insight of, like, where to go, like, what beaches are fun. Also, the reason why I go to certain beaches is because what's around them. Because there's so many fun little thingies around in the beach towns. So we're going to say, like, which restaurants to go to, what's fun to do. And then we can just talk about, you know, what a typical weekend is like.
For us.
Yeah.
I mean, I can touch on, like, sorority and Greek life because I'm involved. I'm in Kappa Delta down here. So we can touch on that, too. Katie.
Yeah, I am not in a sorority.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no. I think you'll do just fine if you don't want to be in a sorority. If anything, you have more time to do stuff. Sorry. She misses out on a lot. No, joking.
There's so much you can gain from it.
No, there is sisterhood.
Sisterhood and networking. Community.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you are interested in sororities, we can do a little epi on that. We can, like, talk about the different clubs.
Yeah. We're honestly gonna have to do some research on that. I'm in
a fishing club, but I never go.
I'm in a few clubs, but I'm not
educated
in all the clubs that we do have to offer, which we do have a lot. Like, I know we have a chess club. I know somebody that was a part of that.
Yes.
I know we have a beach club, that people that just like to go to the beach.
Yeah, like to go to the beach. I've seen them actually at the beach.
Yeah,
and they like stick the little FGCU flag in the ground. It's interesting.
Never been, but we've heard about it.
Yeah, I've seen them.
There's like girl ministry clubs. I know there's like Delight. There's
Delight.
Workout clubs if you like to work out.
Yeah.
I know there's a few of those, like Charge.
There's like basically any club that you can think of, there's a club for it.
There's an agribusiness club if you're into ag. There's Ducks Unlimited.
One thing that's unique about FGCU is that you've probably heard that we're like sustainable or whatever, you know? Somewhere on the thing.
Heads up.
So we do have to have, I have to have 80 service hours. I graduate in May. I have 10. She has to have 40. If you're a transfer student, you get 40. But you do have to have 80 hours. And so I have my hours. I just haven't
logged them.
Done them.
Yeah.
But
it's a process to log them, I will say. But
yeah, it's worth it.
Getting the hours, especially if you're involved in some kind of organization on campus. And a lot of the classes have like worked in hours too. So like don't act like it's not like horrible, no. Yeah. Like especially in Greek life, we do so many like things and stuff. Like it's very easy to get them.
We can like share more about what we're actually like doing for our service hours and then how you find out to do your service hours, because there's the Eagle link that tells you how to do it.
There's a lot of opportunities too, so it's not like you're going to be like struggling.
I would say that there's a lot of things at FGCU that I'm just now discovering as a senior. So right now I actually work for FGCU. I work for the AIM Technology and Design Hub in Lucas Hall. It's through the entrepreneurship and digital media design.
What do you do, Macy?
So we work with businesses to revamp, redesign their websites, and also we do social media marketing. So we
just started this up.
Yeah, so this is the first year of it. So very fortunate to be a part of it. It's been a great experience and a great opportunity to meet people. And honestly, I think like FGCU has so many things that so many other colleges literally don't. And there's such a benefit and like such a gift of coming from like a smaller college, because you're so much more, it's so much more intentional. I feel like once you get plugged in and once you share and like show your professors that you care, like they will care about you. Like
the professors, at least in the entrepreneurship building, like they like want to like know you, like they want to help you in any way that they can,
and they do a lot. Like they're amazing. We can't say more good things about the entrepreneurship program. I think like, I don't know, it's just like it's definitely a whole different college experience.
A lot of real world like knowledge, like they're very up to date on what's going on in the world, and they teach you based on that.
They're not, world.
Yeah, they're not like teaching you stuff that you can read out of a textbook from 20 years ago.
Like, no.
It's very applicable.
It's Apple.
It's Apple to what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna use when you leave here. And honestly, like it's gonna like make you stand out when you're entering the workforce, because a lot of these companies, they're not used to
people who can talk,
and they're not up to date on like what's going on actually.
Yeah.
So all of the professors, at least in the entrepreneurship building, most of them have owned businesses before. Yeah. So they're coming in with all of that knowledge of like what they did wrong and right, and like they give you advice based on that. But also like they live down here. They know so many people. Like, so there's like, if you get to know them and like they're like, oh, like I think you would be a good fit for them, like let me get this person to mentor you or something. Like it's very easy to get plugged in down here with that, just because they have so many connections and they've built all these connections down here, and they're willing to help their students.
Yeah, honestly, it's like awesome. I mean, sounds like an ad for the entrepreneurship building. Yeah. Sorry, but we do just love them so much. Yeah.
And we aren't very knowledgeable about the other, like I know people that are in the other majors.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, I've heard good things too.
So the nursing program, Well, I can't speak much on that, but I will say like they're
Science, especially, like we have the water school.
yeah, like
so
it's,
many
like,
cool
really
opportunities coming
good.
from there. A lot of research being done.
Yeah. Also, there's like a marine class or whatever where you can literally go out on the boat.
Oh yeah, they have like a scuba diving.
Like, are you joking? Also, I will say this: North Lake literally has a waterfront where you can
You're
go
on the lake.
You're on the lake, and you can just walk up to the place and be like, "Hey, can I have like a kayak or can I have a paddleboard?" And then they just put it in the water for you, and then make sure you're on it safely, and then you get to go out and just be by yourself for like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
it is so nice. And
so many things to do on campus. Like we have a boat that you can rent a time for. I'm pretty sure it's all free. You can go tubing for 30 minutes. Like they'll take you out.
Yeah,
they have
for
like
free.
They have like little sailboats that they'll like teach you how to drive all up in the lake.
Yeah.
And like North Lake,
up in the lake.
All up in the lake. And North Lake's housing is like all on the lake. So like it's so beautiful.
She gotta live on the lake.
Yeah.
I lived in North Lake for 2 years and I never managed to do that.
Yeah. I got lucky. I was just randomly placed there with my random roommates and I just got super lucky. For what you get here compared to other schools, it is very cheap. Like everybody most of the time gets their own room. So you have your own space. Like it's so nice.
Yeah.
The upperclassmen housing, they have like a full kitchen.
I had my own room my freshman year of college. And like,
they give you a big fridge, you have a sink, you know, and a microwave, right? Or no?
Yeah, we had a microwave.
So and then they have like the kitchens on
the kitchens is where you meet the people.
The community kitchens, yeah.
I met someone my freshman year, and I would go up there because I knew that he would be cooking. And
she's like, hey, what's for dinner?
He would always have food to spare. No, I only did that like twice. But like you see the same people.
Yeah.
And I would get, broccoli, some chicken. And then also the game room. Wow, the game room was where it was at.
Yeah. I never got to experience the game room.
Yeah, I don't know why the game room was like such a big deal. Sophie Dining's good. It's
Can you explain?
horrible.
Is it like a buffet dining room?
It's like a buffet type beat.
What's the best thing
you
get?
like walk in, meal sweat. Well, there's different stuff over there.
Okay. Like also there's restaurants on campus too.
Yeah,
there's like
so
Chick-fil-A.
Basically, we were struggling kind of down in the depths because after your first semester there, Sophie Dining gets old kind of fast. For me personally, but I mean it's convenient. So basically, we found the boardwalk. Okay, the boardwalk is at North Lake. And we were like, wow, this food is delicacy. Like, this is the best thing that we've ever tasted in our entire lives. So we would go to the boardwalk every single night.
But, like, when I came here, I didn't do the meal swipe option just because I was in upperclassmen housing.
Girl, be swipe.
Yeah, and we did have the full kitchen, so I did a lot of cooking on my own. Yeah. And I know a lot of people that have lived in Sovi and they would just like go up and meal prep for the week and eat off that.
Yeah, I think I created a bad habit for myself, like relying on like never cooking.
Yeah. But also like that's the year to do it. Yeah,
but I kind of continued that into my other years. JK, I can cook and clean. A little bit about us. Basically, we're just gonna talk more about FGCU and our different experiences here. Tell y'all some stories because we've had some funny ones.
What's
and
in
also,
the area? What's good?
Yeah,
what's
talk
not.
about like some food. What's in the area? And give you like different coffee places to go to, different little dinner places to go to, cute places to go out with your friends. So we're gonna share more about that stuff, and then also community, and then we can kind of talk about like Jesus too, if y'all want to hear about that. And yeah,
and that's it. Signing off.
Thank you so much for watching our first video. And if you liked what you heard, don't forget to come back for the second one.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
We love you all.
We love you all. We will be filming more of these, so let us know what you would like to hear. And
like what ways we can help.
Yeah, because we are here to help
you.
Bye.